Just want to test if the music works. So, you know, gotta get the show started. Who's having a good night so far, man? Yeah. This is special. So I was just saying, like, I think my favorite part about this like entire night is like people from all walks of life get to meet each other and then they get to be friends. So like I have like, you know, my gym trainer, I have like a buddy of mine who knew a friend of mine who like listened to one of my songs in the kitchen in 2017 and like became a fan. I have my like fraternity brother, I have my little brother from my fraternity. Lots of people, my manager from work, from DocuSign, shout out to Patrick. I'll try to keep it PG-13 so the HR doesn't, no, I'm kidding. But just super grateful to have everybody here. Also, make some noise for Boba guys and the Boba guys staff, Andrew and Ben. Thank you guys for having us, this is awesome. So, yeah, without further ado, I want to kick the show off. Okay, cool, that worked. So I want to kick the show off and kind of give you guys a little bit of background before we dive in. So how this all kind of works is, and we'll dive into this more in the Fireside chat, but this show has really been, I guess, 7 years in the making. So I met Andrew and Ben in 2017. And it was through a coworker of mine named John Lee, shout out to John. And we worked at Visa, and I met him just at the Modernist, like a local bar here. And I remember just being super inspired by what Boba Guys was doing. They had, you know, been open for like 5-6 years. And I remember just Andrew was just like, you know, keep going, just, you know, work hard, dream big. And ever since then, I've just been following the Boba Guys brand, just seeing just how many other creatives, how many other entrepreneurs, how many other people they've inspired. And so we wrote a song called We Build Dreams, which is premiering tonight live. So you guys are the first audience to hear it live, which I'm pretty excited about. Yeah. So that song's been in the works for about 4 or 5 years. My buddy HX the Poet, aka Howard, we worked at Visa. We started, we'll get into that later about how we met, but he's been on the journey with me. My brother Varun on the keys. Make some noise for Varun. He started. He was doing music for a minute, and I met him in 2017, and we've connected ever since. And I'm blessed to have him tonight. My boy Varun, or my boy Arun, not Varun. This is Varun. This is Arun. Mr. Thunkable. Make some noise for Arun. So he's gonna be here tonight as well to help me, and he's been a super big inspiration for me. We met at school. So I have a collective of really amazing artists here, amazing people here, and I want to shout out to my boy Andrew. Thank you for being a big inspiration for why we're here today. And I want to kick things off with a performance, and then we'll get into the Fireside chat, and we'll go from there. Yeah. Anything else? All right, let's run this. So you guys probably looked at the menu and you saw that it said caffeine substitute. So that's actually the upcoming album that I have. And so the idea is, instead of like having a shot of espresso, you just listen to my album and you start your day, you get inspired. So I want to start with a song from my upcoming album. It's called Pressure. I've been a lot of places, seen a lot of pain. Character development, my level up insane. Oh wait, now I chisel up a masterpiece. So great, take a seat and let the master speak. Pressure, I'm climbing out a rabbit hole. Never seen it possible, black and gold of a rabbit hole. I'm a rapper though, rappy flow with some heart and soul. That's my artist goal, rocky road, but I'm rocky though. Pressure, I'm climbing out a rabbit hole. Never seen it possible, black and gold of a rabbit hole. I'm a rapper though, rappy flow with some heart and soul. That's my artist goal, rocky road, but I'm rocky though. Checklist with no exit, isolated like Brexit. They selling out like Craigslist. My drive don't stop like Lexus. I'm about to pop like running by. Red light, but I don't stop. We not the same. You bar hop, I'll borrow up. You pawn shop, thrift store, Coors beer, the finest things. I'm King Lear. And nervous wrecks. You stuck in a loop, I'm all of a twist. I'm taking the soup. I am rich but live poor. You live rich but need more. Hood rich, can't pay bills. You look rich but take L's. True to my word and my energy pure. If you ain't learned your lesson, I gotta show you the door. The process of growth, the pressure of grace, driven up to the plate, and I'm fulfilling my fate. I've been a lot of places, seen a lot of pain. Character development, my level up insane. Oh wait, now I chisel up a masterpiece. So great, take a seat and let the master speak. Pressure, I'm climbing out a rabbit hole. Never seen impossible, like it going up a rabbit hole. I'm a rapper though, rapid flow with some heart and soul. That's my artist goal, rocky road, but I'm rocky though. Pressure, I'm climbing out a rabbit hole. Never seen impossible, like it going up a rabbit hole. I'm a rapper though, rapid flow with some heart and soul. That's my artist goal, rocky road, but I'm rocky though. A conflagration burning in my eyes. I was ready from the jump. I was aiming for demise and destruction. But Y is a function and pi is abundant. Cogs turning in my mind is circumference. I is a number. Turn imaginary vision to a tangible reality. Take a negative route to a problem in life. Make it positive and real as I battle the strife. That's the formula, the recipe, the blueprint I follow. I memorize the scale as I'm spreading my morals. The moral opportunities, the thoughts that I consume. Realign my energy, now I feel in tune. I've been a lot of places, seen a lot of pain. Character development, my level up insane. Oh wait, now we chisel up a masterpiece. So great, take a seat and let the master speak. Pressure, I'm climbing out a rabbit hole. Never seen impossible, black and gold up a rabbit hole. I'm a rapper though, rapid flow with some heart and soul. That's my artist goal, rocky road, but I'm rocky though. Pressure, I'm climbing out a rabbit hole. Never seen impossible, black and gold up a rabbit hole. I'm a rapper though, rapid flow with some heart and soul. That's my artist goal, rocky road, but I'm rocky though. Pressure, I'm climbing out a rabbit hole. Never seen impossible, black and gold up a rabbit hole. I'm a rapper though, rapid flow with some heart and soul. That's my artist goal, rocky road, but I'm rocky though. Pressure, I'm climbing out a rabbit hole. Never seen impossible, black and gold up a rabbit hole. I'm a rapper though, rapid flow with some heart and soul. That's my artist goal, rocky road, but I'm rocky though. Hey, make some noise if you love the pressure, if you excel in the pressure. Make some noise. Yeah, we love the pressure. We love the pressure, yes sir. Yes sir. So, one thing that I really admire about Boba guys and about Andrew is, and Ben, is they're like not just a Boba company, right? Like their mission is to connect different cultures around the world and bring people together. And so, before we premiere the Boba Guys version of the song, I want to do kind of the Indian twist on my sort of culture. And so I need a little help from my boy Arun Saigal. So make some noise for my boy Arun. He's gonna be jamming out on the cajon here. And if you know this one, actually, if y'all want to get a little clap going, we'll start like that. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Feels like a hot rock. I'm standing, started playing hopscotch. Aiming arrows at the tables like I'm Mama. I'm the tiger of the game, you was not that. Bagha, Africa, Cabra. Bagha, this a new saga. You got this with that colada. In Bagha, Africa, Cabra. Bagha, this a new saga. Hey, you was my brother. Hey, now I see the uncle with the beetle leaf. My mama be reminding me I need to eat. Playing ball outside with the M3, 60 all night with the chai and the jelly bean. Make 'em dance, my brother. Adidas sweats with the friendly dance, no cover. Indians, and we Indians, go kata. Feeling it, and we feeling it, gold papa. My mama talk Creole when she code switch. The mother tongue moving like a poet. Tiger show flying on the flat screen. Leader of the track team, Bagha, Africa, Cabra. Bagha, it's a new saga. I got this pina colada in Bagha, Africa, Cabra. Bagha, it's a new saga. Hey, you is my brother. Hey, two. I need a light, protege, my honey gray. I'm in the lane, and I'm in the space. Yeah, so don't I be careful with the tunes. 9, 10 homies in the room. All my ladies staying to the groove with the stories all blue. And I shot the engine. Punjabi, I know you love the party. Staring in a good so I can give her a gulabi. 2-piece ringer, 4-door Dottie. Met her in New Delhi, now we hanging out with Copy. Timmy G poppin' with the biz game. We came up in the bay like Biscay. I be blowing up like a big bang. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bagha, Africa, Bagha, it's a new saga. I got this video colada in Dhaka. Bagha, Africa, Bagha, it's a new saga. Yeah, he was my brother. I got me with the color like a Bob Ross. I'm just getting started playing hopscotch. Aiming arrows at the demons like I'm Brahma. I'm the tiger of the game. You was not Bagha, Africa, Bagha, it's a new saga. I got this pina colada in Dhaka. Bagha, it's a new daga. Bagha, it's a new saga. Yeah, use my brothers and sisters. Yes, sir. Make some noise for Varun and for Arun. Make some noise for Varun without a V. Yeah, exactly. I get the it's bad. So I know we kind of started with a little hype vibe, but I feel like when you're building a dream, I think it's always important to build over the right people, right? You want to be around people that are of the same wavelength as you, that see the same vision as you, that 5-10 years down the line, you can be like, man, I'm so glad that we stuck through this, that we worked through this, that we were passionate about this, right? I think you can find anyone that you want to build with, but it takes a special someone to persevere and to fight through the hardships and to battle through. And so this next song is about building with that special someone. It's called No Competition. Damage. You got me bruised, I was lost in Atlantis. I got my walls to the sky, to the damage, we unstoppable. You're inaudible. What's impossible? You're remarkable. No competition. As long as I've got you, I'm winning. Power couple, unstoppable mission. Executed to precision, long division on the chalkboard. Chess moves like warlords. Our next move about to be the best moves. Next scoreboards. We don't check the stats. We put the work in. A power couple turn a dream into a sure thing. We hiding in the lab. A year later we emerging, making magic happen. We mechanical and Merlin. You observe this. An honest woman you can put a price on. Picture perfect like a Nikon. She be motivating you to keep the lights on and turn the lights off. She a cheat code like halal guys with the white sauce. As long as I've got you, I'm winning. Also shout outs. How are guys though? Finding the one to build with, man. Make some noise for that. Yes, sir. I'm manifesting that for anyone in this room, including myself. All right, so that's a really special one to me because I think like I said, it's really important to build with the right people, and when you build with the right people, everything figures itself out. So, with that said, I thought it made sense to bring somebody that I've been building with since 2011, 2012. I don't even remember. It's been like 15 years, maybe plus. So, Arun's a big brother to me. He graduated from MIT, and then he was like, I'm gonna start a company, turned down HBS, and then was like, I'm gonna be in orchestra, so be a conductor. And then I was like, dude, I love what you're doing, let's work together. And he's been inspiring me ever since. So we were like, hey, let's share with the people what it was like when we actually met. Let's share that story with people.
Love it. Let's do it.
So this next one, it's called Seamless. And buckle your seatbelts, it's about to get crazy. Supremely confident, ain't it obvious? It's the flow of a genius. Say who is this? Cause we never miss. When we come together, it's seamless.
When we first met, we made it back. This would be something special. So we came together, laid down the track, took each other to another level.
G.O.D. he is a menace. I met a lieutenant at the very beginning. Freshman following footsteps, look at these litmus. How do I get this? I was a witness. Swaggy and humble, his vision insane. The woman on one of me, we made a blame. Bruce Wayne hiding, scheming, grinding, ignite bright. Dan Blazarian traveled the world. The boys gregarious, fought the resistance, started the arms. Musically gifted, he building a bridge. Trailblazing like Walton and Drexler, doing it all except the expected. Alley-oop thugging on passing the tools, helping the youth, building these schools.
Really confident, ain't it obvious? This is the flow of a genius. Said who is this? Cause we never miss. When we come together, it's seamless. When we first met, we made it back. This would be something special. So we came together, laid down the track, took each other to another level.
Supremely confident, ain't it obvious? This the flow of a genius. Said who is this? Cause we never miss. When we come together, it's seamless. Boss up, rock the pride, Mufasa. We make a change, Hall of Fame, brain swag Obama.
I was a senior, big man on campus. When this new kid rolls in, I'm like, dang man, who's this?
That's me.
He was young and hungry, had nothing to lose but the shirt off his back and his white Nike shoes. Class president, resident, boss, financial mastermind. He had all of his confidence and arrogance on the spot. Rolled up from Colorado, a younger brother to me. But when I grow up, this brother's who I'm trying to be.
Supremely confident, ain't it obvious? This the flow of a genius. Said who is this? Cause we never miss. When we come together, it's seamless. When we first met, we made a bet that this would be something special. So we came together, laid down a track, took each other to another level. Hey,
Supremely confident, ain't it obvious?
this the flow of a genius.
Said who is this? Cause we never miss. When we come together, it's seamless. Boss up, rock the pride, Mufasa. We make a change, Hall of Fame, brain swag Obama. This melody is seamless. A wolf like Remus, beatbox students, what the team is. Mirror, mirror on the wall. We about to go and roll. When it got the new LeBrons, Rushmore's what I'm standing on.
even heard that you turned down Harvard Business School and orchestra conductor? Well, we ain't linked yet. You freestyle crazy, we about to transcend.
I think we should do something together, spit a verse or two to hold on to forever.
Yeah, I'm with that too. We got rhymes and tunes. We on our Eminem at home, we about to take it over.
Right now, Anisha, you wanna do this song?
Yeah, be D-Way and I'll be LeBron.
I was hoping you would say that all along.
Cool, you ready? We coming in strong.
Supreme confident, ain't it obvious? This is flow with genius. Said who's this? Cause we never miss. When we come get it seamless. When we first met, we made it better. This would be something special. We can't ever lay down track. Now we on another level.
Confident, ain't it obvious? This is flow of a genius. Said who is this? Cause we never miss. When we come together, it's seamless. When we first met, boss up, rock the pride, Mufasa. We made a change. Hall of Fame, brain swag, Obama. Supremely confident, ain't it obvious? This is flow of a genius. Said who is this? Cause we never miss. When we come together, it's seamless. When we first met, we made a better. This will be something special. So we came together, laid down a track to be on another level. Supremely confident, ain't it obvious? This is flow of a genius. Said who is this? Cause we never miss. When we come together, it's seamless. Boss up, rock the pride, Mufasa. We made a change. Hall of Fame, brain swag, Obama. Supremely confident, ain't it obvious? This the flow of a genius.
Said who is this? Cause we never miss. When we come together, it's seamless.
Boss up, rock the pride, Mufasa.
We make it change. Hall of Fame, brain swag, Obama.
Yeah.
Y'all been here all night, but everybody make some noise for your boy Akeem.
Make some noise for my boys Arun and Varun. Yes sir, yes sir, yes sir. Smooth on the keys right here, smooth on the raps right here, man. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys. So this part of the show is really special to me, and so here's why. When I started in 2017, it was a long journey, and I wasn't very good at what I was doing. I was still finding my way around, but there were a couple people that were in the studio with me ever since day one. One of them is on the keys.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, clap for Vero. One of them is on the keys, and the other one was my coworker at Visa. And we'll talk more about that later, about how we met, but I found out that the first day at work he was a slam poet. And so he was an artist, I was an artist, and I saw that like sort of intensity of like, man, we can change the world. We can change the world with our art. We can change the world with our art, no matter where we are on our journey. And so during that time, Howard, aka HX the Poet, recorded a couple poems for my album. It was called Chip on Your Shoulder. It never came out. It was more sort of a process for me to, get my feet wet, learn how to rap. I never put it out, but those poems live on, and those are like pieces of work that we've wanted to share for so long with the public. We just never had the opportunity until right now. So make some noise for my boy HX the Poet.
All right, hello everyone. I'm HX the Poet. Everyone having a good time? Yeah! All right, so Anish stole my thunder and explained the whole story, but I'll give a little background on the two poems I'm going to perform. One is called Division, and the other is called The Vision. And the whole concept, even back then, when we were, Anish was about to release his album, and we were even considering creating a record label. The theme was Pass the Mic. And the whole concept and theme behind his albums, the record label, was all about acceptance. And if you look around today, people from all walks of life are here, from all different backgrounds, right? This is exactly the type of vision that we had, right? But let me start with Division, and then let's get to Division. Division. In third grade, I felt this constant weight upon my shoulders. Everywhere I walked, I lugged across an invisible sign dangling from my neck, labeling me as bullyable. Yeah, list of achievements. 7-year-old second-class citizen on the honor roll, while the other kids are just on a roll. They're snickering at my small stature, turning up roaring laughter, and I ask, can I play some football with you? And I've succumbed to the sour spit suggestion to shut up, fall, maybe bruise my eyes, maybe they look whiter. Berated by ridicule, I just want to bathe my skin in bleach, blotch out the yellow of my heritage, white out my wrongs. They were disrespecting yellowness, but I've never felt more blue. A misplaced pink stroke, a fluke. The brush is discrimination, those bullies condemnation. Bully is just another word for the adults they grow up to be, and we all feel the pain. My dad felt it. Fresh off the boat, diving into debt just to bring prosperity to his family, birth his son in fertile soil. But having his son in America ended up having his son in America, because I felt like half of a man. Here, fraction my existence. That's why Asians are good at math. We understand division. A history of long division, L-O-N-G, long. In Chinese, that means dragon. That's long division. You fuck with one, you're fucking with the whole flame-spitting family tree, so just watch me. All these bullies are in the classroom, and society's just a distribution of classes with a statistically significant 1% trickling down 99% of the bullshit. These are mandatory classes, graded by tyrants that make up the rules, writing in white chalk, etching scars into black and burnt hearts, burnt out by exhaustion, from firing up like the coals of the system's billowing locomotive machine, trampling on the tracks of its strangled citizenry. All the immigrants' tickets to America are just dollar bills that don't make sense. They bought tickets to the American dream and in return got screenings of their bodies, buttered up pop culture, and a box of sugared false promises. All the childhood bullies are the new age tyrants that never repent, assisted by blind serpents, the teachers that are socially ignorant. For these kids, the alphabet starts with 3 Ks, and their parents give them about that much for their daily allowance. A 3rd grade Asian child sits in the back of this classroom, since standing in front attracts spitballs. Immigrants sit in the back society. Standing in front attracts handcuffs and gunshots. The child accidentally trips and is spit on, kicked upon. Immigrants slip up on a pavement and get evicted by brick walls, head stomped on the concrete, divided and conquered, separate but equal, hanging on the edge like an exponent in a logical system of continuous division. Now we have the vision. We've said a lot, but what do we stand for? A vision is of acceptance. Change the game and rewrite how we all play. This isn't Shakespeare. It's not a fake play with tragic monologues. It's the game of our lives. Our voice, our mission, our flame. It flows in our veins like lava, can't be contained. We're not in it for the glory, not in it for the fame. We're here to share a story that deserves to be told. We have a vision for a game without division. Orchestrating musical composition, a whole number. Calculators ready? We're taking you back to school. Once upon a time, the greats, they taught the class, like Tupac, Nipsey, Kochiyama, MLK, champions of hope and fighters for freedom, lovers of change and empowering all nations, all colors. But now we're in the century of loose caps and mumble rap, where the game shackles us in golden handcuffs. Spoiled kids, they care more about their cars than they care about you. Our mumble role models kiss the chains on their necks. That makes us all just prisoners. Does that make the public feel free? When you can't put food on the table, but today's music feeds our children with greed, it's a tragedy for public health. Minors born as minorities also feel like animals born in captivity. The world won't change unless together we break free. If we don't speak up, we lose our voice. This is for the little boy who can't afford school clothes, whose books are cut and crumpled. He'll be taught that to be a man, you have to hide your feelings and play like a broken record. I'm tough. In reality, I'm lonely. I don't know my place. I'm poor. I can't save my face. He'll be taught to treat women like objects through the lyrics of our time. You have a son or a daughter, and the cycle repeats. The cycle repeats like a broken record. This is for the little girl who feels she can never be beautiful. She barely ever sees her skin color on the covers of Vogue. She'll be treated like an object. She'll be measured by her lipstick and left alone and forgotten by a man that never loved her. Apparently, that's what men do. Can't you see that we're stuck? That this broken record has played for centuries? That we're brainwashed to believe that we're free, that the records we thought demonstrated our freedom are merely strings of a new oppressive system. It makes us believe that we should fear ourselves instead of love each other. But we have a different dream. Can you see our vision now? Can you see what acceptance means? Join us. We're here to help you see.
Damn, I can't even follow that up. That was too deep. shout out to HX the Poet, though. One more time for Howard. One more time for Guru right here too. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I promised you guys that this would be the day we would premiere that song that we've been working on for like 4+ years. Which, by the way, they paid us. No, they didn't pay us to do this. we surprised them with the song. It's been in the works for a long, long time, and thematically it just really fits with everything we've shared today. So I'm like really excited to debut that. There's a cockroach right there, we'll get rid of that. So yeah, I'm excited to share that with you guys. I think the reason I'm really excited about it is because the song is symbolic of kind of my journey. I started making it in 2021 with Howard, and I kind of just want to squish that cockroach. Would that be a bad thing if I do that? Okay, I'm not going to do that.
It won't die.
It's all good, it's all good. So, as I was kind of saying, I've been doing this for a long time, and this song has basically been in the works for 4 years. So Andrew and Ben have seen like all versions of it. And so, all that to say, like, I'm really excited to debut it. I'm really excited to share with you guys. We definitely want to. Okay. All right. Let's bring it back. Let's bring it in. Shout out to the. Yes, sir. Let's bring it back. All right, so. Yeah, so this song is very special to me. I'm gonna invite Howard back on stage, HX the Poet. So make some noise for HX. Like I said, this song's been in the works for a long time. We did like our first draft of it, I think in 2021, and we'll talk more about it later. But I'm just really excited for you guys to hear it live. Some of you guys may have already heard it. It's released on YouTube and Spotify. But I'm just like super stoked to perform this for you. Like when I wrote this, I like had no intention of like doing a pop-up event with Boba guys, and they co-signed the song, and like all of you guys would show up. Like this is super cool. So first of all, I really appreciate you guys being here. And second of all, let's get this party started. So this one is called "We Build Dreams," and it's pretty special. So it's the reason why you guys are here. Caffeinate, boost up, elevate, slide through, half sweet, jasmine, Boba tea, start up, grind hard, don't stop, raise bar, swing seat, start team, Boba guys, we build dreams.
Put down for the count on the playground green, up with the team, American dream. You wanna see me on SoundHound, that dog is gonna show out now. Put the song repeat, it's that heat, childhood bullies, we grip the teeth. Ground is heavy, but it's just another test, you'll ace it, straight to the west.
Chau, Congo, Mahjong, Warlord, more GP, and you more like Al Gore, Tommy Shelby, you know I'm running the show. When I see my Coco concoction was loco, Chau, real ones like G and lasagna. 90s throwback with a twist of Madonna, swimming for freedom and dodging piranhas. Andrew and Ben redefining Ohana. Big day, caffeinate. Make some noise for Andrew and Ben, though. Boba tea, start up, grind hard, don't stop, raise bar, swim seat, small team, Boba guys, we build dreams. Big day, caffeinate, boost up, elevate, slide through, half sweet, jasmine, Boba tea, start up, grind hard, don't stop, raise bar, swim seed, small team, both guys we build. Hey,
got a plan, someone hand me your pain. With really the guys like
Andrew and Ben,
crush your competition,
surpassing the win, LT,
on the move like the
last team of friends.
I don't gotta be a cup of tea,
Take a Boba,
but you gotta give it up for every bridge and
Vultures.
Breaking bread or what's happening, you'll get the Boba. But hand, I'm like KRS with the bridges over. Yeah, and looking at that
entrepreneur,
I know the scene like a rhythm.
manga before,
Shift the energy upon a rifle.
on the rifles,
It's getting scary like a
conjuring score, diamond under pressure
from the start of my career. Started from the bottom of a startup.
Now I'm here,
making money from master marketing for years. So I took advantage out and I
Holly quit my fears.
Sign of purpose, what it means to exist.
Art of art,
like the art of me
with the fist.
When you feeling blessed, feel it deep in my chest. No gossip, girl, you sipping tea with the best.
Deep in the pit of success. Nobody told me it'd be this complex. I am not trying to flex. All that I'm saying is life is a test. The media chooses the pain. The energy rough and the energy strange. Watch how you speak on my name. And I ain't a J and I know all your games. Hard times make tough folks. Tough folks make easy times. Easy times make weak souls. And weak souls ain't struggled by midday, caffeinate, boost up, elevate, slide through, half sweet, jasmine, Boba tea, start up, grind hard, don't stop, raise bar, swim seed, small team, Boba guys, we build dreams, midday, caffeinate, boost up, elevate, slide through, half sweet, jasmine, Boba tea, start up, grind hard, don't stop, raise bar, swim seed, small team, Boba guys, we build dreams. Make some noise for Howard, make some noise for Boba Girl. Hey man, and make some noise for Boba guys, the Boba guys team tonight, Andrew and Ben. They've been such gracious hosts.
Thank you so much.
The Boba Drinks, make some noise for the Boba Drink special menu tonight. Yeah. Yes sir, yes sir. So this is where we get to the special part of the show, which I am really excited about. This is where we dive into like the meat and potatoes of the origin story and how it all came about. So we're gonna be doing a little fireside chat here. We're gonna talk to me, HX the Poet, Ben, and Andrew. We're gonna be doing a little like Q&A session. Yeah, without further ado, do we wanna get this kicked off here? We need to move some of this stuff here. Okay, cool. We get Vincent. He's working the door. Okay.
It's popular.
I think my co-founder Ben is working door, and those kids outside are wondering what the millennials inside are doing. So, first of all, shouts to everyone from Anish to Howard to Arun. It's first of all, I have to say this. Given what's going on in the country, when you talk about art, speech, comedy, all this kind of stuff, like I think we take it for granted. So some people know like Boba Guys is inspired by global culture. I just look at one picture of this, everybody here, and this is what I think the future looks like. But not everybody has this kind of same vision of the future. And so I just want to acknowledge that moment right now. As we were planning this, you know, I got through the song part. I told Anish that the Asian in me is like not accepting of compliments, and it would be the most awkward thing, which I kind of got through it. I did not want a song written about us at all. They already wrote it, because they told me if we asked for approval, like I wouldn't have said yes. But I'm just so grateful that they're here. So this whole moment is a culmination of just a lot of those dreams. And with Anish and Howard, we've been talking about growing into who we, I think, final form want to be for a while now. We kind of felt like we grew up together. And so I just want to thank you for doing that. So that being said, congrats on the song. I don't want to talk more about Boba Guys because that's enough. But I think I want to ask you a little bit about your origin story first. I feel like you've hinted at it in your music. You've hinted at it in kind of like with you and Arun. I had a moment where I felt like it was like Indian Hamilton, you guys are doing. Where did that come from, and how did you even know to take the leap?
It's a good question. I think for me, I've always been passionate about like hip hop music, rap music. I think I remember like when I was in middle school, high school, I started doing slam poetry. I started being fascinated with like what can words and lyricism, what stories can that tell, right? Like what sorts of things can I be able to share and impact the world with? And I think I remember I started kind of doing slam poetry a little bit in middle school, high school. I remember my dad like heard me listening to I think Black Eyed Peas or something. He was like, "That's rap music. Like that, you shouldn't listen to that. It's profanity and stuff." And so I was like, "Oh, okay." And so I wanted to listen to it more, right? That's what you do as a kid when your parents tell you don't do it. You get curious. So I dived into it a little bit more, and you know, I think I unwound the layers a little bit and really just realized just the power of like rap music. I realized the power of rap music, and you know, being able to use that as a channel to express and to change, impact the world. So really just like end of high school, beginning of college, I really like dove into it. This guy grew up with me actually, Varun, and we like met at a rec center, and then I like reconnected with him like 10 years later, and I was like, wait, he's doing music too? And so it was cool to see like, we were all from like very different places, and we, you know, found this vision, found this purpose to like use art to impact, you know, impact the world. And so I joined a, you know, to put it quite blatantly, and I don't mean this obviously in any racial way, just know that. I grew up around a bunch of white people, and I wanted to experience like new cultures, right? And so I joined like a minority living group called Chocolate City, True Statement, at my team. Actually, a few of my brothers are here, actually. Chocolate City bros. We have a 50-year reunion next week. So I'm excited for that. But yeah, back to the story. I met my best friend, his name's Yusuf. He's still doing music in college. And he motivated me to like write my first song. And so I realized like what we could do, just the evolution of like me as an artist. I think there was sort of a lot of self-doubt in my mind of like, am I good enough to even like make a song? And so there was a lot of that at the beginning, but I think standard heads prevailed, and I just realized like whatever, I'm gonna put it out. And I think I took that leap and that courage from, you know, having a support system like that, having brothers in my community who like called me out on that. Hey, you can do this better, you can do that better. And then, you know, fast forward, end of our senior year, we opened for, you know, Grammy-nominated artist Jeremih. And I was like, oh, that's cool. So that instilled a little bit of confidence in me at school. And then I basically, again, I don't mean to brag about this. You asked for my story, I'm giving it to you. I was class president. I rapped a graduation speech. I rapped it for Matt Damon. It went viral, I guess. And I was like, okay, maybe I should consider, you know, doing music more. It was more like a hobby. I feel like it's just something that's part of my life now. I just love it so much. I just do it. I love it so much. But I think like the evolution of me was like, it was kind of a lot of thoughts in my head at the beginning. I didn't really know if this is something that I wanted to do, wanted to pursue. I think I realized it's not even about like whether you like make it a full-time career or you don't. It's not even about that. It's just being able to put your art out there to create, right, and to inspire the people. And so that's just, I think that's the biggest area of growth for me, is like being confident enough to say what I want to say and not being afraid to share that. And I guess over the course, when you do it for so long, you just naturally get better at it, right? So I'm glad that I like stuck the course to do that, you know? And I think, and I was saying this at the beginning, I think when you apply this sort of level up mindset to all of the areas of your life, not just like music, for me it's like my personal well-being, right? Or like my mental health, or like who I surround myself, my friends, my family. You want to give that sort of same, you know, high level of, I guess, integrity to that. And I think that's the biggest thing music has taught me, is like, if I'm gonna be that authentic on the mic, I want to show up the same way for my friends and my family in all areas of my life. So that's like the biggest thing for me.
Oh wait, Howard, how did you get started in slam poetry?
Yeah, just a bit of background on me. Kind of the same time that you started doing poetry, in high school I was doing competitive speech. And at the time, I was the complete opposite of someone who could perform. Right? At the time, I had just started speech, and I was the shy Asian kid in the back of the class, right? Never wanting to raise my hand, never never really trying to stand in front of folks. And then speech got me out of my shell. And then I started writing poetry partially as a result of that. And then, also not to brag, but basically in high school, I did really well in speech. I surprised myself and became California's champion for speech my sophomore year. But that was way back when. And it was it shocked me that somebody that I thought could have no possible talent speaking in front of audiences could like do something like that. And then it gave me the confidence also to, from college onward, really focus on poetry, do spoken word, and I started writing a lot more. And I did two types of events where I took speeches from other people that were written by, let's say, I'll just give an example, like Martin Luther King or Obama or whoever, right? And then perform those. And then there were another type, original oratory, where I would write it myself. And so it's basically, and I incorporated poetry into a lot of those speeches back then as well. And yeah, it just became my outlet. And that's how I really got started.
So, sorry, you guys get my moderator voice and noise. So, one thing that us three have been talking a lot about, especially because the name of the song that they essentially wrote out Boba guys, but as an example of a larger kind of idea of building dreams and chasing your dreams. This is San Francisco, right? I think we got a little bit of our mojo back in San Francisco. We had a little bit of a rough patch. We're doing all right. The rest of the country's kind of weird, but we're doing okay here in San Francisco. What do you want to say to like all the people who are dreaming? We have entrepreneurs who want to build companies. You have artists who want to like have things to say, have art that they want to get out into the world. What would you say to them?
Excellent question. If you don't believe it, no one else will. I'll start with that. Like it doesn't really. See, this is how I kind of think about life. I think about life as I'm in a video game and everyone else is kind of like part of the Matrix. And if you all live like that too, that'd be weird because I'm not really here then, right? So, but I'm kidding. Just like in all seriousness, right? Like you're against yourself every day. That's it. You against yourself. That's it. Like it's cool to get feedback. It's cool to get opinions. Yes, I want to get better. Yes, I want to grow. Yes, I want to be better. I mean, sometimes it comes from a good place, sometimes it doesn't. And it doesn't. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. It's how you see it, right? So if you see, like, I'm trying to get from point A to point B, and I keep putting in the work and I keep staying consistent, I think that's the biggest thing is like, you gotta see it, you gotta believe it, you gotta show up and put the work in. That's another thing too. And if you're not showing up to put the work in, maybe ask like, why? Is it because I don't want to put the work in? Maybe I'm not passionate about it? Or is it like, hey, maybe I'm like, you know, not spending my time wisely. Maybe I'm like, you know, going out every night and basically like, I could be building my business or I could be surrounding myself with people who are also building businesses, right? Like-minded individuals. And I think it's honestly just being able to do that self-audit of like, is this ROI positive or is this ROI negative? And I've had to really do that these last 6 to 8 months, right? I think like, to give you an example, right? Like we talked about this Boba guy song for a while. I feel like the like perfectionist artist in me was like, I'm not gonna put this out, it's not ready, it's not ready, it's not ready. And then finally like, after the show that I had in February, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna be aggressive. I'm gonna be super aggressive. And Leah here, like, no, she's my business coach and she's always just like, how can you play to get things done sooner, right? How can you be more aggressive? How can you like go to bed earlier? How can you like play a game to like think bigger? Right, it's like this whole idea of like, I don't know the example of this, but there was like someone that wanted to like own property in San Francisco, and we know this example, like they were trying to do it in 10 years, and then they were like, nah, let's like try to do it in a year, and then they did it in like a year and a half. And so it's like just thinking aggressively about like, how can I be better every day as a person? I think that's the biggest thing, right? And it's like, that, I'll step back and say like, the dreamers, to be a dreamer, is to be able to be to have conviction, to see a vision that no one else will see at the very beginning. And to see that vision, regardless of if it gets dim or dark or super bright sometimes, will like, you could be like, oh yeah, like totally. And then the next day you're just like, it's ups and downs, right? It's like, I think staying even keel, like, I think, I'll be honest, like I think sort of like maybe 6 to 8 months ago, I was just like, you know, like, oh, like this and that, like you get impatient about this stuff sometimes, right? Like, oh, like why haven't I moved in moved apartments? Why haven't I like eaten healthier? Why haven't I done these things? You have to think about like your habits, your daily habits, right? Are you putting in the work consistently every day, and are you showing up, right? And if you're doing the work, the process will take care of itself. You don't need to worry about the process. I think to be a dreamer is to not even worry about the outcome. It's to just say like, I love the process so much, I'm going to continue to do it regardless. But also be strategic about it too, right? I think it's this internal urgency and this external patience that like, it is what it is. I'm going to just continue to show up and put the work in regardless. I also think it's surrounding yourself with people who are like-minded, who are going to challenge you, who are going to push you, but also who are going to let you grow, right? Like they're like going to call you up, but they're also going to give you that space to grow and evolve as a person. So I think it's just being honestly just very cognizant of your energy, of like who you're around, and like I try to stay and be around sort of very neutral and upbeat people, and we just like try to talk about like what's next, what can we do, how can we move forward. Like if there's an issue, like okay, cool, how can we solve this? Okay, there's a roadblock here. Okay, like what did we learn from this that we can apply moving forward, right? So I think don't like acknowledge the past, acknowledge mistakes you made, but don't dwell in it. You know, use it as fuel. Reflect on it. Okay, I could have been better here. I could have been a better friend to this person. I could have like spent more time here. I could have slept more yesterday. I could have done all these things, but it's like I'm grateful that everything happened in the way that it did, because it's brought me to this moment where I'm standing with you right now and being able to talk to you about this, where everyone here is in this room and things are happening exactly the way they're supposed to. So another thing I'll just say real quick is trick yourself to realize things are in order in the way they're supposed to be, and the more you try to force the universe, the more the universe pushes you back. So if you're like, hey, I need this, it comes with this desperate energy, versus I want to give this because I'm abundant. When you come from a place of abundance, it really doesn't matter what you do in your life. People feel that energy, feel that magnetism. And so I think I'm just like remembering to just come from a place of abundance and gratitude, and I've spent a lot of time alone. That's another thing I think as a dreamer. You need to recharge sometimes, at least for me personally. Like I like people, I love people, but I just need that energy sometimes to like reflect. Like how can I be better tomorrow for this person, for that person, in this way and that way, and use that like reflective energy to then say, okay, like yes, this person did this and this person did that, or like this didn't go the way that I wanted, but if I had done even this one thing differently, the outcome may have been different. So I would say incremental improvement, consistency, believing in the vision, this abundance mindset, and just this idea of like, regardless of what happens, I love this process, I'm gonna keep doing it.
Cool. Howard, quick advice for dreamers?
So, I think quick advice for dreamers, some of the themes that Anish covered also stole my thunder. I think having confidence in yourself is at least for me the biggest one. It's a matter of where you need to understand yourself the best. You need to have kind of that self-introspection. For me, one of the biggest things for me to accomplish my dreams, and I'll just explain it from a personal level, is really having confidence in myself. I always feel like I have this chip on my shoulder, or I have this imposter syndrome, right? And so I know that in order for me to be successful, for me to be effective and actually reach my dreams, I have to force myself to almost feel arrogant to come off as confident.
Yes.
And so it's about self-introspection. It's about what is best for you, what tool works best for you. For me, it's that. I know that's my number one weakness, and so I'm turning it into my number one strength. Right? So, that's it.
I know it's getting late, so I'm going to ask one final question, and then we can kind of mingle and all that kind of stuff. Who inspires you? I always like to see, like, for me, some people know, like, I've done a lot of interviews where, even in our book, I kind of even wrote, I asked my co-founder if it's okay, but I shout out to Lin-Manuel Miranda. Like, it's actually a very clear, like, word. My personal energy is derivative of kind of the way he kind of got hot when we were getting big, and then Hamilton was getting big, so that's why he cracked the Hamilton joke. For you, who is that? Is there a part of like somebody in the zeitgeist that's in your DNA, or is it like more of a personal thing? So who's your inspiration?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I can start. So, I think really at a personal level, I think my biggest inspiration is my parents, my dad especially. But my dad especially, as some friends know. My dad grew up in China. He was not he was very poor, essentially. And he basically grew up right when the Cultural Revolution was towards its end. And so it was a very, very tough time where he wasn't able to get food, was malnourished. It was very challenging. And then he somehow found a way to work his way to a college degree, then a master's, then a PhD at a time when the education system didn't even exist in China, right, because of the Cultural Revolution. And he found a way to do it right at the tail end where he possibly could have, or the head of when he could have. And then he somehow got to this American dream where he made it to America, right? And he was able to start a family and do all of that. And it's just, relative to that, it feels like all my challenges are just so minuscule relative to that. I'm really standing on the shoulders of my dad, my parents. And then if you really look back in history, all of the Asian Americans that were here before me, who I am now standing on the shoulders of because now I'm more accepted in this society that I wouldn't have been accepted in if I was just born 30 years previous, or 40 years previous, or 60 years previous, right? So that's something I think about a lot, and yeah, my role models are my parents and all the Asian American heroes.
So, I'm gonna say my parents, but I'm gonna give another answer because otherwise I just look like I didn't put any thought into this. I was gonna say my parents because for sure my parents. My story's a little different. Well, I think they're all similar types of stories, right, with different flavors, like swimming to freedom versus like malnourished. My dad basically, my grandma was a single mom. My dad basically, there was a lot of turbulence in his early childhood, and he was like the one guy that was like trying to, he had the opportunity to become bigger, and a lot of his uncles, aunts, brothers, stuff like that, they all like pitched in to make sure he could have a great life, and they made a lot of sacrifices. And my dad will definitely tell you, like, he's standing on the shoulders of his like ancestors, his mom, his uncles, his aunts, etc., etc. All that to say, he worked hard, right? And he's taught me that there's no substitute to hard work. He always tells me that, and it's so true, right? Like, regardless of the outcome of something, when you put in the work, something good always happens. It may not be exactly like, oh, I got what I wanted, but like maybe I positively impacted or inspired somebody. Like, that's a win, right? Or like, maybe I learned something that I can now apply forward, right? So my dad taught me just that idea of like, work hard, stay focused, lock in. And then my mom gave me this sort of perspective of like, be emotional. Don't be afraid to show your emotions. Be honest, be vulnerable. Tell people how you feel about them. Don't hold back. Also, just like, be thoughtful, be kind. My dad's definitely like that. My mom's definitely like that. My parents are kind of the people that kind of just like, they're kind of what they did to me what I did to you with the Boba song. I didn't ask, and they don't ask. They just do nice things for me, and they're always taking care of me. And like, that's the type of parent I want to be, right? That's the type of like leader I want to be. That's the type of friend I want to be. That's the type of brother I want to be. That's the type of uncle I want to be. All that sort of stuff, right? And I think that idea of sort of pay it forward and just always think of like, I made this mistake, how can I break that cycle? If you watch the show Arcane, great show by the way on Netflix, not gonna spoil it. It's that idea of breaking the cycle. Like, how can you break the cycle and how can you basically inspire the next generation, right? So that's my like first part of the answer. My second part of the answer, we'll see if you guys like this answer. Some of you may, some of you may not. It's LeBron James. And the reason I like this is because... Yeah, exactly. I'm in the Bay. I need to be careful. Sorry, guys. We'll see what the Warriors do this year. You know, there's a chance. But anyways, back to LeBron. I think a few things I really like about him. Number one, he like just stays in his lane, right? Like he does a lot of different things, but like he's never tried to sort of like, I don't know, like get into like a lawsuit or a court case or anything, right? To basically like, his brand is so good and he's like stayed out of trouble for so long. And I feel like because he's done that, I can see why people don't like him, because he has a really clean record. So there's that of like him like taking care of his family and like actually, you know, spending time with his daughter Zuri or his sons, Bryce, Bronny, his wife, right? Like I think he's like, my starting five is my family when he broke the scoring record, and he was saying that, which was cool. I think the other reason I really like him is because he puts in the work. He's been doing it for 23 years and counting. And people are probably still gonna say like, oh well, he's not Michael Jordan, but you know there are LeBron shoes, so you know it's possible. All that to say though, he's kept getting better with time. He's like aged like fine wine, and I feel like the idea of like breaking mental barriers and like pushing yourself, I really enjoy and appreciate that, right? Like we all think we have these limits, but there's this idea of like a meta performer, right? This idea of like what's possible, what can I do? Like screw what like history has told us. 15 years, 18 years, 13 years, your body declines. You know what I learned from LeBron James? The biggest thing I learned from him is your mind is a powerful tool. And if you treat your mind kindly, if you say good things to yourself, if you renew your energy every day, and you come with like a really spiritual, like excited, like my vibe is good, like the body will take care of itself if you do all the right things, right? So I think the mind is actually our biggest tool, and that's what I've learned. I've learned like you gotta feed your mind with good stuff. You gotta read good books. You gotta be around good people. You gotta eat good foods. You gotta think positive thoughts. If you think negative thoughts, that's fine. Acknowledge it, feel it, but don't dwell in it, right? Just like use that, channel it positively. Like I'm not feeling good today. Maybe I can make a song that's sad, right? Like instead of like I'm gonna go and like be mean to this person when I rerun to them, right? So it's just like being like having that audit of your life, knowing like how can I optimize my life every day, and I think optimization and just like reflection, using reflection, because like a lot of what his training regimen is like mental. It's like physical, but it's also mental. Like he does like yoga and he does like spirituality training, and like he has like a coach. So I feel like your mind is a very powerful tool if you can tap into that. If you can realize like there's so much that I can do, there's so much that I can give. And I think giving is another big thing that I've learned from him as well. Like just give with no expectation to receive, because like it always comes back to you in a good way. You know, like the joy of giving, the joy of helping other people, like that's something that's like really important to me, and that's something I strive to be better about every day. And you know, we're all humans, we all have our own sort of, you know, things we need to improve on, and certainly I'm no short of flaws myself, but I would just say, yeah, challenging the norms, breaking the standards, breaking the barriers, pushing forward, and just continuing to give back, continuing to be a role model for the next generation and the next generation. No different from all the things we've already talked about tonight. Yeah. So that's my long-winded part B of my role models answer.
I wanted to say something that I really appreciate about our friendship and Manish specifically is that he's always carried that positive mindset, and he's always been a great friend and a great giver, right? And I think that's I think that's basically the type of thing you have to search for in the people that you're around. And so it's really that mindset of, right? Like, so sure your role model could be LeBron, but I think the most important thing is whoever your role model is, that they reflect the values that you care about and motivate you to be a better person yourself. And yeah, Anish is a friend, but also a role model to me as well. So.
Right back at you, man. I appreciate that. I guess we're giving compliments now, so I appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. Man, what else do we got? Is that?
That's it, I think.
Yeah, I can do that.
Well, again, I want to be conscious of time. I love that Varun was playing the music. I felt like it was like a youth pastor slash like motivational speaker situation. So I know you guys came for like the music and Boba, and you stayed for the TED Talks. But I just wanted, maybe the way I would end it is that, you know, I think when we were talking about this, I said, here's the deal, and I really want, I want my co-founder to hear this too, because he knows I'm closer with Anish. I was like, Ben, they wrote a song about us. It's gonna be weird. I don't know what the optics are. I don't want to say that we have a song because, you know, the Gen Z kids and Gen Alpha kids are like, what? But they wrote about us. It's already done. And I said, but if we use this as an opportunity to really kind of like, I think, usher in the new next generation, I said, we'll agree to it if we can perform. That's kind of what this was about. And I hope people can see this is that we've been very lucky that we've seen and us ourselves have kind of been on this huge growth spurt, and we've seen a lot of our dreams come true. And I think you guys being here, a lot of you guys I don't recognize and I don't know because you guys are Nisha's friends. And I think that to me is so beautiful because I've had the, again, front row seats to some of these amazing artists who have something to say. And again, more than ever, more than the last, 72 hours ago, more than ever, having something to say is something that we should never take for granted. So as we were planning this, I was like, you know, I think how often are you gonna have things where you can be as outspoken? You never know. We're finding out. So I just want to thank you guys for doing this, being up for it. Obviously, thank you for the song. I love the beat. I'm glad you guys also took the sample that was like hard hitting because I wanted to be a little edgier. I don't want like some soft drink stuff. I wanted something like it hit hard. So I appreciate that you guys also chose the right tone. Yeah, so that's kind of what I just want to thank everyone for coming too, and our staff who's still here. Thank you.
Yeah, special shout out to Monica who stayed late yesterday to make sure we could do our sound check. So shout out to Monica in the back. And yeah, man, I just want to say like I don't take this for granted. It's like so cool to have people who are part of building your dream and coming together and, you know, seeing a bigger vision. So I just hope that whatever you took from this, if you like the music, if you like the TED Talk, whatever you did, I hope that you had a good time tonight. I hope you got inspired. I hope you inspired me being here, like digesting all of this, right? Like all these people here, it's just incredible. So I want to say thank you. I want to, you know, say thank you to all the artists, performers, staff, people that came through. This was it takes a village. It takes a village, and with that, we build dreams. Thank you.
Midday, caffeinate, boost up, elevate, slide through, half sweet, jasmine, boba tea, start up, grind hard, don't stop, raise bar, swim seat, small team, Boba guys, we build dreams.
Down for the count on the playground, green. Up for the team, American dream. Underdogs hear me on SoundHound. That dog in me's gonna show out now. Put this on repeat, piss that heat. Childhood bullies when we grit the teeth. Crown is heavy, but it's just another test. You'll ace it, huh? It's journey to the west.
Punk Chau Kong, I'm a Mahjong warlord, more GB, and you more like Al Gore, Tommy Shelby. You know I'm running the show. When I see Med Coco, concoction was loco. Chen Chow, real ones like G and lasagna. 90s throwback with a twist like Madonna. Swimming for freedom and dodging piranhas. Andrew and Ben redefining Ohana. Midday, caffeinate, boost up, elevate, slide through, half sweet, jasmine, boba tea, start up, grind hard, don't stop, raise bar, swim seat, small team, Boba guys, we build dreams. Midday, caffeinate, boost up, elevate, slide through, half sweet, jasmine, boba tea, start up, grind hard, don't stop, raise bar, swim seat, small team, Boba guys, we
Alan Z. Got a plan, someone hand me a pen. We really the guys like Andrew and Ben. Crushing competition, surpassing the win. Alan Z on the move like the last scene of Friends. I don't gotta be a cup of tea dipped in boba, but you gotta give it up for how we bridging cultures. Breaking bread over tapioca, hit the globe up and anthem like KRS with the bridges over. Yeah, you looking at the entrepreneur. I know the scene like I read the manga before. Shift the energy upon arrival. From my rivals, it's getting scary like the Conjuring score. Diamond made a pressure from the start of my career. Started from the bottom of a startup, now we here. Making money from master and marketing for years, so I took a back to doubt and I hardly quit my fears.
This man
talent is going everywhere.
Ambition got me ending on a high note. Yeah, I know. Ambition got me